what we tried to do was kind of use the lyrics as therapy to write about life.
Hey, Richard, how's it going?
Hi, everything's good. And you?
Good. So when I do these, what I like to do is like to start from the beginning of you as a musician. So where did you grow up and how did you get started in music?
I grew up in the eastern part of Sweden, and I come from a very musical family, which my father is a very talented piano player. I don't know how I got into drumming actually, but I think when I was 7, a friend of mine had a record of For Those About to Rock by AC/DC, and I was completely blown away. I haven't heard that kind of music before, only like ABBA and Stevie Wonder and stuff. So that was quite an adventure for me, and I started playing. I think the first thing I heard kind of metal-wise was Europe or Yngwie Malmsteen, maybe Anders Johansson on the drums and Ian Haugland. And well, after that I went to music school and played a lot of big band and jazz and rock music. I always loved rock music, especially the melodic kind. And then kind of growing up, I joined a couple of bands and played in some basements and stuff, and exercised a lot and practiced chops and techniques and coordination and stuff. And after a while I met Magnus online we recorded songs for a mutual friend of ours. We hadn't met before, but Magnus played guitar on, I think it was 4 tunes, and I played drums on those. And after that we hooked up and connected. I think that was in 2017. And after that we kept in touch, and Magnus contacted me, I think it was during midsummer 2021. And asked if I wanted to join Arctic Rain. The answer was yes, of course, immediately.
You know, the first thing that I'm aware of you doing is All for the King.
Yeah.
Tell me how this band formed and how you came to join it.
Yeah, it was the singer, Richard. We had known each other for, I don't know, like 10 years or so. He's like a soul gospel singer in Sweden. And all of a sudden he joined, I think it was Carl Johan Grimmark from Narnia, singing some tunes for Empire 21. And he started singing more metal, and his voice is so versatile, so he could sing that too, you know. And him and this very talented guitarist from Sweden formed the band All for the King, which is a Christian heavy metal band. I kind of phoned him up and said, hey, if you want a competent drummer, I'm your man. And their drummer just quit, so I got the job. I did an audition, and I got the job and recorded 2 albums with them.
So tell me about working on that debut record. Where did you guys record it? You know, did you come in after the songs were already written for it, or were you sort of a part of the writing and putting the album together?
Well, with All for the King, I was involved when all of the tunes for the first record was recorded. Well, not recorded, but they were written. So I just did the drum parts on them. And for the follow-up, I wasn't co-writing anything. I wrote some of the lyrics for it, but it was the same procedure with one songwriter, not with all of the arrangements. Richard wrote all the melodies, and I did all the drum parts.
Oh, I see. Where did you end up recording both of those records? Were they at the same place?
No, they weren't at the same place. The first one was recorded in a studio called Old Barn in the southern part of Sweden, and the other record, Let There Be Light, was recorded in the southern part of Jönköping, in the southern part of Sweden as well.
Now, is it the same mix engineer, different person? Just curious about the recording process of those 2 records.
No, it was mixed by the same guy called Johannes Häger.
Okay, yeah, he does fantastic work. Those are both excellent sounding records.
Yeah, he does.
You know, it's funny. I didn't realize until I was doing the research for this. I've been playing the song Alive from the debut for All for the King for I guess since 2017 when it came out. What do you remember about that song specifically?
Oh, well, it's funny you mention it because it's that is my favorite song from both those albums, actually. I love the melodic chorus, and I love the riff where the bass drum follows the guitars. And yeah, I really love that song, and it's like a ray of sunshine, actually, from with the lyrics as well. I really like that.
Yeah, same here.
Well, actually, if you like the mixing from Johannes, you should check out a band called Streetlight. They're on Spotify, so let me do this free commercial for him then. Two really, really good songs there written by Johannes and Erik from All for the King.
Oh, okay, fantastic. I want to check both of those out. So you told me, so you knew Magnus from before, and he brought you on into Arctic Rain. Now tell me about this new record. Where do you get involved with it? Was the album already written as well when you stepped into Arctic Rain?
No, it wasn't written at all. I think we had one song more or less ready when I joined, which is the first song on the album called One World.
Okay.
And I played that as an audition as well. So he didn't just bring me along. He asked me to play a song, and he asked me to record it on video as well, so they could see that I wasn't retaking any shoots. And I got the song on, I think I received the song on Thursday, and I went to a wedding for the whole weekend, so I couldn't practice. So I came home on Sunday night, and I had a studio booked on Wednesday. So I could only rehearse on my drums for Sunday night, and then after work on Monday and Tuesday. And then I went into the studio and I played the part. I think that's going to come up on maybe Facebook or YouTube, the video from that take, actually. It's quite fun to have.
Oh, fantastic. That was really neat to see. So now Arctic Rain also, they added you, but they also added keyboardist Kaspar Dahlqvist. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but who's from Dionysus and Shadowquest. How did he end up joining the band? And did he join before or after you came on board?
I think he joined a couple of weeks or months before, maybe. And he had heard that Arctic Rain was missing a keyboard player, and he kind of took contact with them and sent some stuff to Magnus and Toby as well, and told them, "You need me." And when you hear Kaspar play, everybody needs Kaspar. He's brilliant, such a virtuoso, fantastic, and such a funny guy, easy to hang out with, a perfect guy for the band.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, he does such a fantastic job on the new record, and there seem to be all kinds of little spots where they let him shine throughout on some of the songs. Yeah.
He's amazing. His fingers are smoking when he's playing. He's on fire.
What are some of your favorite songs from the new album, both as far as playing and just kind of in general?
Oh, it's like trying to name a favorite child. I love them so much, all of them, but I think to play them, maybe it could be Kings of the Radio or When We Were Young, maybe. I think the West Coast pop sound, the tight sound of When We Were Young, it's such a challenge to play, and it's so much fun when everything comes together. And with Kings of the Radio, you just want to bash the shit out of the drums and wear a wig or something, spandex and stuff. I'm a management consultant by day and a heavy metal wannabe rock star during night.
Yeah. What do you use as far as gear? What are you drumming on?
I'm drumming on a Star Classic, Tama Star Classic. It's
beautiful kit.
Yeah, it is. I bought it 2 years ago, and it's I have an SLP walnut snare drum that I love very much as well. And I play Paiste cymbals, old style with a lot of ping, not as dark as you would find in rock music nowadays. It's I use a heavy 22 ride and 15-inch sound edge hi-hats from Paiste 2002. And then I have On top, there are a lot of big cymbals like 19 and 18 crashes. I have
those are big, yeah.
Yeah, China and an explosion, and I have some small fun stuff as well, like a 10-inch splash and a mini China as well. You can hear that on some of the tunes.
Do you have any other percussion things, like a mini gong or anything fun like that?
No, I don't. I wouldn't. I don't think I would have used it either, because it's so. I think the drum tracks are in between very produced and very much ad-lib, but I wouldn't use any of those stuff. There are some tambourines and shakers on, but that's not part of the kit anyway. So
yeah, that's fair enough. Where did you guys record the new record?
Home studios, actually, all of us.
So is it everybody did it separately? Like you all sort of did it to a click and just sent it everywhere, sort of thing?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, right on. And how about the mixing of it?
The mixing is done by Simone Mularoni from DGM.
Oh, that explains why the record sounds amazing.
Yeah, he's such a talented guy, and also not only talented, but such a good guy to work with. Such a smooth ride, really lovable guy.
Yeah, I met him at Prague Power about 5 years ago, and very, very funny, just a fun person. He really is, and what an unbelievable guitar player, too.
Oh, yeah. We heard, I think it was the tune Surrender by DGM. When we heard that, and we thought to ourselves, would it be possible to have this sound on one of our tunes or maybe the whole album? Let's check it out. So we made contact with him, and he replied immediately. And I think we spent 90% of the money we had on the the mixing, but it was so much worth it.
Oh yeah, fantastic sounding record. Now, are there plans, now that you guys have yourself and Kaspar involved, are there plans for you guys to do any touring?
We have one gig planned, which is in the end of April. We're going on a cruise ship in from Stockholm for a whole day with some other really, really great bands. And the thing is that, we're old men, all of us, going bald and missing some teeth and overweight and, and stuff. So we have had some medical issues with our bass player having some back problems. So he's while he's recovering from that, we're just gonna sit back and try and write some more stuff for album number 3, and then we'll see what happens during late spring and early summer if we can go out and play some. We're ready to do so because we're rehearsing a lot and we're really eager to play as well. But we'll see.
Now, how about All for the King? Is there any plans to tour on that new record as well?
I'm not with All for the King anymore.
Oh, you're not? Oh, okay.
No. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so you've got the new Arctic Rain. I've got to say, fantastic record, by the way. I've had it
Thank you very much.
Playing for about the last month. I fell in love with the first one, so when I saw you guys were doing another one and the opportunity came up to interview, I said, no, I've got to get you guys because I really, really love that first record, and I'm liking this new one just as much. So
that's good.
So you've got that coming out. You mentioned a third one being worked on. Is there anything else that we can look forward to from yourself?
How much more do you want, man? I mean, we bled our hearts out on the Unity album. We put all our efforts in it, and I think after the summer when we were finished with it, we just kind of tried to breathe for the end, like the end of the year. I think we're coming out of hibernation right now or something because we were so tired and exhausted from the Unity album. Like with COVID going around, I think that maybe Toby was ill for like 3 months or so, couldn't sing a tune.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, and our genre of music is like plagued and infected by cheesy lyrics. It's always something like, I love you, you don't love me, I hate you, you came to me, you left me, my heart is broken, blah, blah, blah. It's so cheesy and everything repeats all the time. It's just words, So we tried to write lyrics that actually mean something, and it should mean something to us. And
Yeah.
Well, we're in the middle of life, so we have lost dear friends. I lost a brother, went through a divorce and found love in a very unexpected way. And all of us have this, issues in our lives. So what we tried to do was kind of use the lyrics as therapy to write about life and all of the stuff that we have experienced. And that process was very tiresome as well, because it's not like everything isn't happy clappy. One of the song lines is, "I won't be the hero, I'm just a crying clown," for instance. That's from Out of Time. And Kings of the Radio, that's kind of happy clappy, but everything else is more like questions about life and, going through dark days and maybe see a ray of sunshine sometimes.
Yeah.
I've invited Magnus as well. I hope that was okay.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the more the merrier. Hey, Magnus, are you there? I'm not hearing anything. Richard, do you hear him?
No, I don't.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's in like a recording studio or something and the audio is routed somewhere else.
Oh, maybe.
Hi. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you're here.
Finally.
You're such a technical wizard, Magnus. Perfect.
Thanks.
Do you know what was going on before? What the issue was?
I don't know. This is the first time I used Zoom, so I guess I didn't know how it worked.
I find what I have issues, whether it's Zoom or Skype or any of these programs, is it will often route my audio elsewhere, or it'll take the audio from something else. So that might be the case.
Yeah, I think that was the issue, yeah.
Just a quick question, Magnus. How did, well, I guess we kind of answered this already, but how did Kaspar get involved, and how do you know him? Kaspar Dahlqvist on keyboards.
Well, actually, we didn't know him. It was Don, the former bass player, somehow got in contact with him. I'm really not sure how, but they started talking, and we decided to meet up, the three of us, me, Hjalt, and Kaspar. So actually, I'm ashamed to say I didn't know much about Kaspar before, personally. I understand now that he's a really, really great keyboard player, and he's actually been involved in some really good music. I didn't know it at the time, but we got aware of that pretty soon once we heard him play. So I guess I'm not the right guy to ask how they got in contact from the beginning, but all of a sudden, Hjalt said he had a guy that possibly would be interested. So one thing led to another.
And here he is, eh? Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, here he is.
Well, Richard, I want to thank you so much for taking the time. Magnus, it's a pity we had some audio problems, but I was just telling Richard earlier, what a huge fan I am of the first record.
Oh.
And, as soon as I saw that you guys were putting a second album out, I instantly put my name in to interview you guys, and I've been listening to it for about the last 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
I'm really, really digging this new record. So, my hat's off to the two of you and the rest of the guys.
Thanks very
much. I'm really glad to hear that.
And, if Richard was just telling me there's a record number 3 on the horizon. So
yeah,
if and when that happens, I'd love to have you both back on the show. And I figured, Magnus, we can get your story at that point as well. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah. By then, I know how Zoom works.
Just a few more interviews and you'll get used to it.
Yeah, I guess. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. Best of luck with the new record. And I'm hoping one day I'll be able to catch you, but I'm all the way in Canada, so I don't know when that might be.
I thought I heard some Canadian dialect.
Yeah, well, we do when you say like about.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, everybody says that. Yeah. That's the word that comes through the most, I guess. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. Thanks again for the interview, and looking forward to what you guys have coming up next.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. Take it easy.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.